extremely. If you'd like to be considered for an extreme makeover, go to abc.com, keyword makeover. Next on Extreme Makeover, a woman who's already extreme.
I have 30 piercings and stretching my ears.
Wants to go mainstream. So the Extreme team gives her a make-under. She's just graduated college, but her looks don't make the grade.
Her body's kind of gone south.
After our Extreme Makeover, she goes to the head of the class.
The new TGIF starts with a brand new 8 Simple Rules tomorrow at 8/7 Central.
The candidates face off, live team coverage and analysis of tonight's debate.
Cut your grocery bill in half by visiting one single website.
Plus the local family about to get an extreme makeover.
A special edition of Eyewitness News starts in just 60 seconds.
And it tastes good too.
Good ones.
So I got one. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 ain't 9.
Good one, boss. Very good, sir.
More style, more status. The redesigned Camry SE. Now that's moving you forward.
Hey.
How you doing?
So there's a party downtown tonight. You should come. Dude, that's my mom.
Get an X-rated body. Get Zenadrine. Find it at GNC and other fine stores.
This is Eyewitness News.
American voters get their first chance to see President Bush and Senator Kerry face off in a debate focused on the war in Iraq and the war on terror, on Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden.
We didn't use American forces, the best trained in the world, to go kill him. The president relied on Afghan warlords, and he outsourced that job, too.
I don't see how you can lead this country to succeed in Iraq if you say wrong war, wrong time, wrong place.
Good evening, I'm Michelle Tuzzi.
I'm Mark Brown. This is a special edition of Eyewitness News. You watched it live right here on ABC-7. Nationwide, Americans were expected to watch in record numbers, and what they saw could go a long way toward deciding the presidential race. We have live team coverage. Our Micah Ullman has local voters and their impressions. But we begin with the debate itself, and Eyewitness News reporter John North. He's live at the debate site in Coral Gables, Florida. John.
Mark, as might be expected, the debate on foreign policy really turned into a debate on Iraq, with John Kerry defending his positions, trying to convince voters that he'd be a strong president, consistent with a plan to end the war. And President Bush, as might be expected, attacking John Kerry's inconsistencies, his positions on the war. That was the start of 90 minutes that focused almost exclusively on the war in Iraq. John Kerry won the coin toss and set the tone.
I know I can do a better job in Iraq.
And the president quickly getting to his theme that Kerry keeps changing his mind.
I believe I'm going to win because the American people know I know how to lead.
But the calm niceties didn't last long.
This president has made, I regret to say, a colossal error of judgment. And judgment is what we look for in the President of the United States of America.
The president struck back, pointing out Kerry's original agreement that Saddam was a threat.
First of all, what my opponent wants you to forget is that he voted to authorize the use of force and now says it's the wrong war at the wrong time at the wrong place.
We have to succeed. We can't leave a failed Iraq. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a mistake of judgment to go there and take the focus off of Osama bin Laden.
And the exchanges got sharper.
I understand what it means to be the commander-in-chief, and if I were to ever say this is the wrong war at the wrong time at the wrong place, the troops would wonder, how can I follow this guy? You cannot lead the war on terror if you keep changing positions on the war on terror.
I have no intention of wilting. I've never wilted in my life. And I've never wavered in my life. I know exactly what we need to do in Iraq, and my position has been consistent.
Immediately after the debate, surrogates from both parties swarmed into the press center, the spin room. and their take was predictably partisan as they tried to shape tomorrow's headlines and potentially the polls.
The whole story of the debate tonight was why the president couldn't defend his record, why he didn't even try.
I think he did a good job. I think he had difficulty still in maintaining a consistent position on Iraq.
They did cover some other areas, for instance, North Korea, Iran, nuclear proliferation. We'll talk about those and more on the debate over Iraq at 9:30 when I return. For the time being, live from Coral Gables, I'm John North, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
Okay, John, thanks very much. Even though California is not considered one of the key battleground states, there is still a lot of interest in the debate among Southland voters. We continue our team coverage now with Eyewitness News reporter Micah Ullman, who is live in Echo Park with the views of some of tonight's debate watchers. Micah?
Oh, Michelle, the unofficial Make Up Your Mind time begins tonight for that critical block of voters, the undecided voters. And for the candidates, these debates will likely prove to be their best chance to convince. Tonight, a new and pivotal point in the presidential campaign, watched by an estimated 40 million Americans like Adam Lamar of Ontario, an undecided voter. Precisely the target of both candidates.
Big issue with me is illegal immigration, and I don't think any candidate so far has really satisfactorily answered that.
So you think the debates are going to help you make up your mind, or are you looking for something else outside the debate?
Actually, they did the last time. I was actually going to vote for Al Gore last 4 years ago, and the debates totally switched me over to George Bush. So the same thing could happen this year.
A debate as much about style and attitude as it is policy. Bridget Williams, also undecided. Her early impressions tonight favor President Bush.
Right now, I'm still looking at him behind your shoulder. I think that George Bush is doing a much better job of clarifying his point of view.
The first of 3 presidential debates that promise to be the deciding factor for a large percentage of undecided voters, though many have already decided not to be swayed by the debates.
Kerry is a smoother orator than what the president is, but I think the president is clearly more decisive, and he says something, he means it, and that's an important aspect of leadership. Kerry does, changes with the wind.
Matt Kenyon, a Kerry supporter, says the debate will do nothing to change his mind.
Was always opposed to the war in Iraq, so that's probably the biggest factor for me for why I like John Kerry. I didn't think we had to go to war with Iraq.
Though you're engaged, though, intently in this debate.
Well, I think it's interesting. Yeah, I think that it's interesting to see these two candidates go head-to-head and see them address each other directly, which we haven't seen so far.
Tonight on Eyewitness News at 11, we'll hear from viewers on the controversial issue of debate format. Many believe it was not spontaneous enough, though from the viewers' expressions of opinion far apart on this political spectrum, it is clear tonight the engines of democracy are well oiled as we count down to Election Day. Live in Echo Park, Micah Ullman reporting ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Mark, back to you.
All right, thank you, Micah. Tonight's debate was the first of 4 meetings between the candidates. Tuesday night, Vice President Dick Cheney and Senator John Edwards face off. The second and third presidential debates are scheduled for October 8th and 13th. And, of course, you can watch them all right here on ABC 7.
And much more Vote 2004 coverage still ahead. At 9:30, our debate expert critiques the candidates, plus a closer look at the power of the female vote. And tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock, your opinion counts. We'll have the results of our exclusive Eyewitness News survey on who Southern Californians think won tonight's debate.
It was the main subject of tonight's debate, and that war does march on. U.S. and Iraqi forces have launched a new offensive against the insurgent stronghold in the city of Samarra. It comes on a day in which 35 children were killed by a string of bombs in a major attack by insurgent forces. Our David Ono joins us live now with more on the fight for Iraq. David.
Mark, as bad as it has been in Iraq, today is perhaps one of the worst. It began with a celebration of sorts with the opening of a new water treatment plant. U.S. soldiers were handing out candy to children. Suddenly, a bomb goes off. In the ensuing chaos, 2 more explode. 42 people are dead, 35 of them children. And we must warn you, the pictures are graphic and disturbing.
It happened in an instant. As people were gathering in Baghdad for a celebration, the first bomb went off. Panicked family members immediately began searching for their loved ones. Soldiers rushed in to help, and that's when the second Then third bombs went off. 42 people lay dead, 130 wounded, including U.S. soldiers. While there were many adults present, a vast majority of the dead are children. They gathered here out of curiosity, and the soldiers were handing out candy. Helicopters flew in to lift out the wounded. Many others injured were gathered by family members. A nearby hospital was flooded with victims. It is now a building filled with terrified, bleeding children. And sadly, these are the lucky ones. One woman sits and cries near her severely injured son. Suddenly, I saw smoke and I couldn't hear anything, this boy says. Then another explosion happened and I was picked up by an old man. 10-year-old Hussein was hit by shrapnel in the neck, arms, and legs. We asked, does he have any friends who died? Yes, his father says, as many as 20. As a result of today's bloody bombings, U.S. and Iraqi forces have launched a major attack against rebel strongholds in Samarra, about 60 miles north of Baghdad. The military says it's aimed at killing or capturing insurgents who have staged repeated attacks. Michelle, back to you.
David, thanks. British Prime Minister Tony Blair will be hospitalized tomorrow for a procedure to correct an irregular heartbeat. Blair made the announcement just after appearing at his Labour Party's annual convention. He has known about the condition for a year. The 51-year-old says he feels fine, but says it's something he needs to have done.
It's a minor routine procedure, but it will set off again a great splurge of speculation, so I might as well put it to rest. And as for this, no, it doesn't stop me carrying on working. I mean, I've had it in the past few weeks and it's been fine. I mean,
the Prime Minister will receive only a local anesthetic for the procedure. He will likely spend one night in the hospital.
Coming up here, a local pastor reaches out to help a troubled parishioner, taking her into his home and letting her care for his young daughter.
His 4-year-old girl was killed, and the woman he took in is now charged with murder. See why police are now looking carefully at the woman's history with her own children.
The rumblings intensify at Mount St. Helens. See why experts say an eruption could come at any time.
Plus, Extreme Makeover Home Edition takes on a Southern California family. You'll meet them coming up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dallas Rays. Another cool night in Southern California. How long will it last? Forecast is next.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Fukuzaki, live at Chavez Ravine, where the Dodgers could be popping the champagne tonight. Plus, Vladimir Guerrero has been boosting his MVP numbers this week, but was it enough today to sweep the Rangers?
Our top story is Kohl's 50% off sale. Millions of shoppers will have to decide whether to save half or buy twice as much. Kohl's 50% off sale is this Friday and Saturday only, and you can save 50% on hundreds of items. Great sleepwear for the family is half off. And look, all Urban Pipeline tops and bottoms are too. There are Junior's boucle and shirt jackets, solid bath towels, frames, pillows, throws, and more, all 50% off. Save half or buy double. The choice is yours.
Fits your wallet, schedule, style.
Our family-run restaurant is doing okay. Well enough to provide benefits for our workers. But Prop 72 could cost me over $100,000 a year. I'm gonna have to raise prices or lay off workers, maybe both. We've got a good private health plan, but Prop 72 could force us into a government-run plan. And who knows what those bureaucrats will come up with.
Prop 72 kills jobs and could force people out of health plans they want. No on 72.
My family came to this country to find the American dream. We work hard to make our customers happy. One day I got this letter from a law firm demanding $2,500. The letter didn't claim we broke the law. Just pay the money or go to court. I called a lawyer who said it would cost even more to fight. So we paid the money even though we'd done nothing wrong.
Stop shakedown lawsuits against small family businesses. Yes on 64.
Sweet. Did you know that both the Honda Accord and the Honda Civic were IntelliChoice's picks for best overall value for 2004? And sweeter yet, what if we told you there were still some very impressive deals to be made on all remaining 2004 Accords and Civics? We thought so. Just don't take too long, because supplies are limited. It seems a lot of people have a sweet tooth. The Accord and the Civic from Honda.
Westminster police are asking for help finding 2 men suspected of killing a 55-year-old woman. Harriet Gurgis was stabbed to death inside her home on Plum Street early yesterday morning. Her 17-year-old son was home at the time. Police say he was assaulted, tied up, but suffered only minor injuries.
Our best lead is that we're looking for 2 male blacks in their 20s, and it appears to be a home invasion at this point.
If you have any information regarding this crime, you're asked to call the Westminster Police Department at the number on your screen, 714-898-3315.
In Rancho Cucamonga, a young girl was found dead in a bathtub, and the woman who was taking care of her was charged with murder. 41-year-old Veronica Trejo pleaded not guilty to the murder of 4-year-old Alyssa Rodriguez. Alyssa was the daughter of Pastor Ronnie Rodriguez of the Victory Outreach Church. He entrusted his daughter's care to Trejo. She's a member of the church's recovery program.
She was kind of like in and out, you know, back and forth, kind of like, you know, but she seemed like she was really trying to get her life together, you know, so.
Trejo is a former drug addict, and according to court records, the mother of 7 children, all of whom have been taken away by child care authorities. But the pastor says he trusted her with his child.
Straight ahead, major medical news.
A drug taken by millions of Americans is pulled off the market. You'll see why it's being linked to an increased risk of heart attack and stroke.
Sealed court records in the Kobe Bryant case about to be released. We'll tell you what could be revealed.
And cutting your grocery bill in half just by visiting one website. We'll tell you which one. Stay with us.
It's their last chance to make it to the finals in the Tournament of Champions.
Find out who has what it takes.
They've made it this far. Now see who will go all the way as the tournament continues on the next Jeopardy!
Watch Jeopardy at a special time tonight at 10 here on ABC-7.
We believe the line between on-road and off-road should be almost imperceptible. The luxury utility vehicles at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
We must pass Proposition 71. As an MD, I took an oath that the very highest priority was the treatment of patients. The chances for diseases to be cured by stem cell research are high, but only if we start. If the promise of stem cell research comes true, we can hope for a single treatment with the right stem cells to cure diseases that every family has. Please join me in voting yes on 71.
We're in this experimental phase.
He is.
Come on, we like the same things. Biscuits?
Dinner rolls?
Dinner rolls.
Pillsbury frozen rolls and biscuits. You make as many as you want, when you want.
But there's only so much experimentation I can take. At least at the dinner table.
Also try Pillsbury's low-fat, cholesterol-free dinner rolls.
It's back. It's bigger than ever. It's the Toyota Tent Event. Get great introductory deals on Toyota's best-selling cars. Get a 0 drive-off lease on a new 05 Camry. Then pay only $259 a month for 36 months. Or buy a new Camry with 1.9 financing. There's even $500 back on any new 05 Corolla. Or 2.9 financing on any new 05 Corolla. The Toyota Tent Event ends soon. See your Toyota dealer today.
A major medical warning, Vioxx, the popular arthritis drug, has been pulled from shelves. Doctors say it doubles the risk of heart attack and stroke. After analyzing new data, Vioxx was voluntarily recalled by the Merck company, the maker of the drug. Since Vioxx was approved in 1999, there have been at least 5 studies indicating potential dangers, but many doctors say the company chose to refute the findings until now.
We trust our companies. We trust our doctors. And then something comes along like this. No more trust.
For now, doctors say patients who have been taking Vioxx should consider over-the-counter pain pills.
Every Sunday morning, your local newspaper is jammed with coupons offering big savings at the supermarket. But many of us figure the savings aren't worth the time spent clipping and keeping track of all those coupons. But as consumer specialist Rick Romero shows us, there is an easier way to save big money.
Saving hundreds of dollars every month on your grocery bill with coupons is easier if you do it Terry Galt's way. Here's what I mean. She took real estate broker Carlota Levy and myself shopping. With a little planning, a lot of coupons, and something called Terry's List, we saved a bundle.
Original price $3.19, 5 for $5, that's $1 each. 50 cent off coupon right here. Doubled makes it free. So instead of $2 for this on sale, it's actually 90 cents. On sale for $1.99, dollar off coupon gets doubled. Let's have some free ant spray.
So actually, they owe you a penny.
You're not going to get that penny.
For the past 4 years, Terry Galt has run a website called thegrocerygame.com. For Terry, shopping is a game, and whoever saves the most wins. Part of that website is Terry's List, where she compiles the sales, both advertised and unadvertised, for your local supermarket. Print out the list, take the coupons, and watch the savings add up.
Our members with a family of 4 are reporting an average of $482 a month in savings. So they're cutting their grocery bill by almost $500 a month.
Now, this supermarket was Avant, but it works for the other major chains as well. It costs about $1.25 a month to subscribe to the website. On our trip, the original bill came to $262. After a supermarket card and the coupons, the total was slashed to $84.97.
The fun part is that it'll say, I spent $84, and then what is it going to say I saved? $160, I think. Weren't we about there? So,
yeah, maybe a little more. And what are you going to do with the extra money that you save? What do you do with it?
Go shop and spend it on something else.
Obviously, Terry's List and her coupon savings plan doesn't work at places like Costco, where there are no coupons. For more, hook up on our website at abc7.com, and we'll send you to thegrocerygame.com. This is Rick Romero, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Savings add up quickly. Coming up, it started with a midair collision 46 years ago.
A 4-ton H-bomb was jettisoned into the water and never found, but now there's a new lead. We'll have that story coming up.
And as fears build that Mount St. Helens may soon erupt halfway around the world's most active volcano is putting on a show.
And Mother Nature putting on a show in Southern California, a show of clouds. Right now, Dallas Raines will be along in just a few minutes to give us the update. Stay with us. Oprah celebrates the best in people.
With her, dreams just might come true.
And when you want to know what's happening in your world, get it straight from Eyewitness News.
With breaking news from around the world and here at home.
Plus helpful information for you and your family.
And don't forget about the weather.
I would never forget the weather. Southern California, we're here for you.
Spend the afternoon with friends.
Oprah at 3.
And Eyewitness News at 4.
Get the best of both worlds.
Right here on ABC7.
At Delta Dental, we've always thought it was better to stick to one thing and do it really well. So dental is all we do. Not fire, not theft, not auto, life, or even medical insurance. Just the best group dental plans. Ask your employer or benefits advisor about Delta Dental. We keep you smiling.
53 tribes have casinos controlled by audits and state law. Suddenly, the state has new deals with just a few tribes.
Proposition 70 would be better for California. The state gets more money with casinos paying the same rate as other Californians. No more, no less.
70 offers equal opportunity, ensuring all Indian casinos pay their fair share. Proposition 70 is fair for all Californians.
You asked for it, you got it. Wick's fall sale and clearance has been extended till October 5th. We're still clearing out beautiful Wick's furniture at ridiculous clearance prices. Plus, there's no interest till September 2007. No money down, no minimum purchase, and no interest for not 1 year, not 2 years, but up to 3 years. Wick's pays the interest for you. Free interest, clearance, prices. Unbelievable. Wick's fall sale and clearance ends Tuesday.
Hope you boys are having a nice big breakfast, because we're gonna eat your lunch. Introducing the limited edition Dodge Hemi Sport with its best-in-class 345 horsepower Hemi engine, best-in-class interior space, and in-your-face styling, including an aggressive hood scoop, premium running boards, and 20-inch aluminum wheels. During Dodge's model year-end clearance, get the best selection of Ram 1500 trucks with 0% APR for total savings of up to $8,100.
The last time Mount St. Helens blew, volcanic ash circled the globe. Now scientists and tourists are waiting for round 2. Small earthquakes are shaking 3 or 4 times a minute, indicating a 2 in 3 chance the Washington State volcano is ready to erupt. In 1980, 57 people died in a massive eruption. Scientists are convinced a 2004 eruption would be much smaller. The world's most active volcano, Mount Etna in Italy, has 2 new lava flows since an eruption on September 10th.
And closer to home, a little too close to home, another 5.0 aftershock rattled the area near Parkfield in central California earlier today. More than 650 aftershocks have been recorded since Tuesday's 6.0 quake. Today's aftershock was felt from Santa Barbara to San Jose, with some places reporting a slow rolling sensation. No injuries or major damage reported today.
All right, our science report continues with the weather tonight.
That's
Dallas
right.
Rain's taking a look at the way things
We've had a
shaping up.
beautiful day, haven't we? We've been nice, cloudy skies, kind of cool weather in Southern California. Let's go outside tonight. It is already overcast throughout the city. As a matter of fact, some areas really didn't clear a lot today. Had a little bit of sunshine, and it's right now downtown 65. Santa Ana down in Orange County looking at 65. And Big Bear Lake still above the marine layer. They're in the clear skies, already cooling down to 46. They'll be down in the mid to low 30s for tonight. Live Doppler 7000s Plus been tracking some showers today. We had some up in the High Sierra, and then a couple around Las Vegas, checking out the 15 to Vegas tonight. Only a light shower there. Don't look for very much from this weather system as far as rain. If you're headed over to Vegas, you'll be out of the clouds and into the sun once you head up through the Cajon Pass and move northeastward. All right, here's what it looks like for tomorrow morning. Cloudy skies. Everybody wakes up to overcast skies in Los Angeles, 63. Out at the beach, too, about 65. Cloudy skies across the beaches tomorrow. A cool day with a light onshore breeze. Surf is running about 2 to 4 feet. Very nice weather at the beach, kind of cloudy and cool. Typical of a fall type of weather pattern, which is what we really would like to keep in Southern California, because this time of the year it can get hot and dry, as you know. Mountain areas tomorrow will wake up to sunshine, a cool 35. There will be some clouds headed down the mountain, and then out in the desert areas, Palmdale, Lancaster, Apple Valley, all with clear skies and temperatures starting out about 50 to 55 degrees at sunrise tomorrow morning. So driving down through the city from the high desert, you should have clear skies until you reach the valley, where it will be cloudy. Afternoon sunshine, but look at these highs. 75 Riverside, 72 Mission Viejo, Orange County, cloudy in the morning. 73 out in Encino, that's a great day, and 75 degrees at Santa Clarita. 5-day forecast, a lot of clouds around. Looks like to me it'll probably be Sunday before we get into some warmer sunshine. Slight chance of some early drizzle tomorrow, 72. Just a tad warmer on Saturday, and then on Sunday, mostly sunny in the afternoon. We go to 80 degrees, and then by Monday and Tuesday, more clouds return. Oh, yes. No hot weather in store for the Southland, which is great. We were talking about the volcano a few minutes ago. Volcanic eruptions can actually cool the atmosphere considerably. We've seen many huge volcanoes that have erupted over the thousands of years, and it has a tendency to cool the atmosphere down. Kind of interesting.
All right.
Thanks.
Dallas, thanks a lot.
All right.
Well, tonight you watched Extreme Makeover try to improve the lives of individuals. Sunday night on Extreme Makeover Home Edition, the show changes the lives of an entire local family. Our entertainment guru, George Pinocchio, reports on how they turned Mission Impossible into Mission Accomplished.
Good morning, Garay family! Johnny, Veronica, and the gang, wake up and come on out here!
The Garay family of South LA is the latest to be treated to the home improvement magicians of Extreme Makeover Home Edition. This is one of the show's biggest projects to date. Not just a renovation, a complete rebuild. For the makeover team members, it's just one of many stories that have inspired them to do their best work.
To meet families that are so brave, that are so courageous, people who don't ask much for themselves and still meet all the challenges that they have in their life, it really humbles you. You look at your own life in a much different way.
It's basically the way you look at, you know, let's say we've all had a bad day before, you know, and you know, say you're coming home and like, man, what a bad day. Well, you're doing things for families that have had bad days like you don't even want to imagine. So it really makes you realize how lucky you have it.
Because of the show's tight construction and production schedules, the team members devote their talents to the makeover homes, often at the expense of their own.
Is yours a pigsty?
I haven't seen my home in months. And I don't know what conditions it's in, because I have lots of sisters and I gave them a key. I live at the beach. And I said, use it, go see the beach. So who knows? Who knows?
But a messy house is the last thing on the minds of these professionals. They know their work can help change other people's lives. And this show has also changed them.
It's tough for me every time because I'm standing right next to those guys and like I start breaking down in tears, and like because they're just, it's like a dream that they couldn't imagine coming true.
George Pinocchio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And we'll get to see the final results at 8 p.m. Sunday right here on ABC-7.
Still to come here, the presidential candidates face-to-face tonight, staking out their differences on Iraq and the broader war on terror.
Up next, we'll take you back live to Florida for more on tonight's debate, plus analysis from our expert. Did the candidates' gestures say more than their words?
Then women may be the big wild card in this presidential race. See why this year neither party can afford to take them for granted. Plus this.
There was this enormous roar underneath me. It's so hard to describe. It was like, whoa, like that.
A Southern California surfer catches the ride of his life, but it wasn't on a wave. His whale of a tale still ahead.
On retainer this Sunday.
300,000. We kick back 50 to you under the table.
I am not that kind of attorney.
Gosh, I am.
High-price lawyers.
I bill out at $600 an hour.
Together in a high-end law firm.
You two have had sex.
Talk about your high-powered egos.
We're not territorial about that sort of thing around here, are we?
Sue at your own risk.
Lock and load.
Emmy winners James Spader and William Shatner.
Hate to extort and rob.
Boston Legal premieres Sunday at 10/9 Central, only on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
It's time for the Chrysler 96-hour event, where qualified buyers make no monthly payments till 2005 on all new Chrysler vehicles, including Pacifica, PT Cruiser, the Hemi-powered 300C, and the Town & Country. All backed by our 770 powertrain limited warranty. And now 0+. Choose PT Cruiser and get 0% financing plus $1,500 in bonus cash for a total savings of up to $6,100. Hurry, no monthly payments till 2005 and September 30th at your local Chrysler dealer.
Our 5 Indian tribes are stepping up because when we asked for your help in 2000,
you gave it to us and helped our communities.
Now we've signed new gaming compacts with our new governor.
Giving the state $1 billion this year.
And millions more in the future.
These new Fair Share compacts are strongly supported by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We're Viejas, Paula, Ama,
United Arbor, Rumsey.
Proud to be partners with California.
Wake up to ABC-7 Eyewitness News 7 days a week, starting at 5 a.m. This is Eyewitness News.
One of the things I've learned in the White House is that there's enormous pressure on the president, and you cannot wilt under that pressure.
I have no intention of wilting. I've never wilted in my life, and I've never wavered.
A critical night in the race for the presidency. Our coverage continues with a closer look at the debate and the impact it could have on this election. Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
I'm Michelle Tuzzi. Welcome back to this special edition of Eyewitness News. Tonight's debate between President Bush and Senator John Kerry produced pointed exchanges as they tried to make their positions crystal clear to American voters. And they did agree on the most dangerous challenge to our country. Our Eyewitness News team coverage has John Gregory live in the newsroom. He talked to an expert about tonight's debate, about style and substance. But we begin with John North live in Florida on that one key agreement between the candidates. John?
Well, that one key agreement was the danger of nuclear proliferation, but Iraq was the focus, as might be expected, because Iraq and how voters feel about it could decide how the outcome of this campaign. John Kerry accused the president of a colossal mistake by going into Iraq. The president suggesting that Kerry's so-called inconsistencies create problems for American troops and allies. In their 90-minute debate, both men were forceful. Kerry, for a change, kept his answers brief and to the point. The president never wavered from his message that you can't trust a man who tells people the U.S. is in the wrong war at the wrong time. Kerry firing back that Saddam wasn't the threat, that it's Osama bin Laden who attacked America.
You cannot lead if you send mixed messages. Mixed messages send the wrong signals to our troops. Mixed messages send the wrong signals to our allies. Mixed messages send the wrong signals to the Iraqi citizens. And that's my biggest concern about my opponent.
It's one thing to be certain, but you can be certain and be wrong. It's another to be certain and be right, or be certain and be moving in the right direction, or be certain about a principle and then learn new facts and take those new facts and put them to use in order to change and get your policy right. What I worry about with the president is that he's not acknowledging what's on the ground.
Again, they agree on the dangers of nuclear proliferation around the world. They disagree on how it should be addressed. They also have disagreement on North Korea and what should be done there. Both of them, though, stressing that it should be a diplomatic solution, while preemptive strikes anywhere in the world are not ruled out by either man. They also agree that there is genocide in the Sudan, where 50,000 people have been killed. They disagree on how it should be addressed. Both men stopping short of suggesting that the U.S. should go in militarily, both of them saying that there should be more money spent, but how much we should give and whether or not there should be more military aid, part of the disagreement. And it's perceptions that often determine how the polls are going to turn after a debate like this, and we'll find that out in the coming days. Live from Coral Gables, I'm John North, ABC-7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
All right, John, thanks a lot. Those polls will tell a lot. What about those perceptions? Tonight we heard what President Bush and Senator Kerry had to say, but exactly how did they say it? Experts say speaking styles can speak volumes and influence voters. One of the foremost experts in the field sat down with Eyewitness News reporter John Gregory. He continues our team coverage live from the newsroom. John.
Well, Mark, did they smile? Did they use their hands? They are the types of things debate experts watch, and tonight we had our own, as you said. And not surprisingly, she picked up on a few things from the candidates that they may have sent the wrong message.
To determine when to start.
For an hour and a half, the candidates spoke, and Leandra Temescu listened and watched. Leandra is a speech coach, and for her, the two men at the podiums are as different as they get.
And for me, what this debate is going to show is, what do the American people want in their presidency? Do they want folksy, a guy that you want to have beer with, or do you want a very authoritative, distinguished type of person?
Debates aren't just about what you say, but what you do. And these smirks on the president's face caught Leandra's eye.
This is his least favorite thing to do. I can't think of a thing he hates worse than debating. Yeah, absolutely it shows.
Bush's facial gestures got Leandra's attention, and it was Kerry's nods that had her shaking her head.
I think in collegiate debate it's a good thing. I don't think it's good here. I really don't think it's good here.
Going into the debate, most pundits felt Senator Kerry needed to score a knockout blow against the president, a political home run. Did he hit it?
No. He didn't do it. He did something, but he didn't know what he needed to do. Bush just needed to tread water, and Bush just treaded water.
And the format for the debates may have had something to do with that. There was very little interaction.
I think the format was completely pointless. It wasn't a debate. It was a joint press conference.
The next two debates will be similar, leaving voters only glimpses of what the candidates don't want them to see.
And while Leandra did not see a clear winner in tonight's debate, she does believe President Bush's folksy style may play better with voters. Live in the newsroom, John Gregory, ABC-7 Eyewitness News. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, John. America's women could well be the deciding factor in the 2004 presidential election. In the recent past, the majority of women have voted Democratic, but now polls indicate neither candidate can take them for granted. Eyewitness News reporter Melissa McBride explains.
In the weeks leading up to the election, the candidates are courting women voters for good reason. More women than men voted in 2000, and 54% chose Al Gore. The Democrats are hoping for a repeat. But a poll released by the progressive women's organization Emily's List shows 32% of likely women voters are undecided. Patricia Pejakovic is one of those swing voters.
I don't trust either one of them. I don't trust some of the things that Kerry says, and I don't trust some of the things I've seen with Bush. And so I've got to see what kind of answers come out of the debate to determine whether or not I really trust them.
Jessica Pace is also on the fence. She voted for Bush in 2000, but now doesn't agree with his foreign policy.
I don't necessarily agree with the way that went. And, you know, we did also have a terrorist attack on our country when he was president that could have been prevented, and that makes me a little nervous.
But according to a new CNN USA Today Gallup poll, a majority of women see President Bush as the candidate who can better handle terrorism. He has a 21-point lead over John Kerry. Political analysts point to the Republican convention's emphasis on national security as the reason why.
The focus recently has been on security issues, and the polls have consistently shown that that's the single area where George W. Bush does best with voters, both men and women.
Both candidates are trying to appeal directly to women voters. Kerry recently sat down with Regis and Kelly, and both candidates and their wives are talking to Dr. Phil. But making the rounds on the daytime talk shows could backfire.
They think that women aren't smart and intelligent, can't see the issues, can't work them through, so now they're going for all the cutesy stuff, and that's a real turnoff.
Many swing voters will tune in during prime time and use the debates as their tiebreaker. In order for John Kerry to win, some Democratic strategists say he'll need to carry the women's vote.
I think once these women get a better sense of who John Kerry is, where he stands on the issues that they care about, bread and butter issues, retirement security, of course, national security, like the most Americans, these women will come back and support John Kerry.
More men are expected to vote for President Bush than for John Kerry, so it could be the women who make the difference. Melissa McBride, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And tonight on Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock, continuing live team coverage of tonight's debate, plus local military families react to the candidates. Also new at 11, the results of our exclusive Eyewitness News survey on who Southern Californians think won tonight's debate.
The United States Congress has rejected a proposed constitutional amendment banning gay marriage. The vote was not close, and it was seen by many as a largely political gesture. The Senate had already rejected the proposal, meaning it had little chance of moving forward. President Bush, who has voiced support for a ban on gay marriage, said he was disappointed with the vote. If Congress passed such an amendment later, it would need to be ratified by the American voters.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, non-Latino whites are now the minority population in Orange County. The same is true for Riverside and San Mateo counties. Growth in these counties among Asians and Latinos has surpassed that of the white population, a demographic that experts have forecast for years. In fact, whites are the minority population in 20 California counties. Experts say Latino and Asian populations tend to be younger than the white population and tend to have more children.
That would have to be ratified by the states. Coming up here, Governor Schwarzenegger signs and vetoes a flurry of bills. What it means to you next.
Then police say he's terrorized women for years here in Southern California. Tonight, new information. Police say you may be able to help them catch the riverbed rapist.
And lost for nearly half a century, now search crews may be zeroing in on a missing hydrogen bomb off a tiny Georgia island. Stay with us.
It's World Tours Week, and Wheel Watchers Club members could win great prizes, including trips to Belize or France.
So join the Wheel Watchers Club at wheeloffortune.com.
And watch Wheel of Fortune for your chance to win.
Watch Wheel of Fortune at a special time tonight at 10:30 here on ABC7.
It has been awarded the government's highest possible crash test rating, 5 stars, outscoring a long list of America's most popular SUVs. It is the beautifully redesigned, remarkably re-engineered all-wheel drive Subaru Outback. Follow this star to your Subaru dealer today.
Visit your Subaru dealer for 2.9% APR for 63 months on every 2005 Subaru.
We moved to California in 1965 because we knew it was the best place to raise our family, and it still is. But now families are being squeezed. Healthcare costs are going up, but wages aren't. College is out of reach. People need help. I want to make health insurance tax deductible, tuition deductible, and give tax incentives to companies that create jobs here in America, not overseas. We need to do these things for our families. I'm Barbara Boxer, and I approve this message.
David.
That's original.
Lancelot. Oswaldo. Cornelius. There are thousands of names in here. Shlomo. Shlomo del Toro. Dieter. Thor.
What baby name book is that?
The power of 41,000 doctors. The power of blue. Blue Cross of California.
On retainer this Sunday.
300,000. We kick back 50 to you under the table. I am not that kind of attorney. Gosh, I am.
High-priced lawyers.
I bill out at $600 an hour.
Together in a high-end law firm.
You two have had sex.
Talk about your high-powered egos.
We're not territorial about that sort of thing around here, are we?
Sue at your own risk.
Lock and load.
Emmy winners James Spader and William Shatner.
Hate to extort and rob.
Boston Legal premieres Sunday at 10/9 Central, only on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
LA police are asking you to help them track down the so-called riverbed rapist. 35-year-old Arnulfo Vargas is suspected of a series of sexual assaults near the Los Angeles River between the year 2000 and 2003. Detectives say Vargas usually targeted women waiting at downtown area bus stops. Police believe Vargas kidnapped one victim and raped her near the LA River. Vargas may have shaved off his beard and mustache, and he was seen driving a white Chevy full-size pickup truck like this one. Anyone with information should call LAPD detectives at 213-485-2921.
Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger vetoed several bills today that were passed by the state legislature. Perhaps the governor's most controversial move of the day was to veto a measure that would have allowed Californians to import cheaper prescription drugs from Canada. The bill would have established a website that consumers could have used to buy medicines through Canadian pharmacies. Schwarzenegger did sign a measure that will limit the ability of pharmaceutical companies to shower doctors with gifts to influence the medications they prescribe. The governor vetoed what was billed as the Car Buyer's Bill of Rights. That bill would have set standards for dealers to be able to call a used car certified and would require them to disclose certain add-ons to car sales contracts.
You might be surprised to learn a hydrogen bomb has been missing for decades, and now new efforts are underway to try to find it somewhere off Tybee Island, Georgia. Back in 1958, a 4-ton H-bomb was dropped from a B-47 bomber after a collision with a fighter jet. The Air Force stresses the bomb was never operational, but one retired Air Force officer has doubts. He says he has found high radiation levels just offshore. The Pentagon has sent in dive teams to investigate.
Going to check in with meteorologist Dallas Raines now for a look at his live Doppler 7000 plus forecast. Dallas.
Thanks, Michelle. Tonight we've been tracking some showers, had some thunderstorms up in the Sierra Nevada today, and also a few scattered showers just north of Vegas tonight. Along the 15 tonight, though, only one little tiny shower remains. 5-day forecast for Southern California looks good if you like the clouds and cool weather. Another day tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, with highs 72 to 74. And then I think on Sunday we'll have more sunshine and temperatures should start to warm up a little bit by then. That's the latest from here. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Dallas. Sensitive records that were sealed during the Kobe Bryant case are about to be released.
What could we learn from the transcript of Bryant's interview with Colorado detectives? We'll have a look ahead.
Plus, a Southern California surfer turns into a whale rider. His story still ahead on Eyewitness News.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Fukuzaki, live at Dodger Stadium. Oh, we got a lot of baseball to show you. We're going to update things here at the Ravine. A Giants loss plus a Dodgers win equals a division title for Big Blue. We'll bring you all the highlights coming up next in sports.
Wake up to the power of Eyewitness News.
Scott Wright is over the
Breaking news from around the corner
firefighters and other workers
and around the world.
News now from the Middle East where Hamas
Wake up, see what's new on Eyewitness News at 5 and 6 a.m. on ABC-7.
An all-new Oprah.
Are you ready for this? You wanted to do this.
A convicted child molester. His victim, his stepdaughter. Face to face. Next Oprah. Tomorrow at 3 here on ABC-7.
Physicians' formula is so unique, your eyes won't believe your face. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I mean, way over.
So what we're trying to figure out, Phil and America, we're all trying to figure out here, is what happens within that period of time of a year? Because you had said, you know, it's about getting together and being in the right frame of mind. So within a